welcome to You Are on the List. It's Brett Ernst with Carlos Rodriguez. Pete Giovine was supposed to be here. We were doing 2 in a row, or as I like to say, 2-a-days. Going back to my football era, or glory days. But Petey's, the meds kicked in and his leg was hurting. So it's just me and Carlos. Petey will be back. And we were trying to decide on a couple lists, and I think this hits home. Petey would have been great for this.
Yeah.
Things that annoy us. So we're doing the top 10 things that annoy us, and
Pet peeving out.
yeah, pet peeves, just things that are just bothersome, that people do. I'm going to start it off because we talked about this.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of, like you watch these food influencers and stuff and people on online, and I hate when they have to take a bite and then react.
And it's like,
and then they talk. Yeah, like, we know you're going to eat it. Just give us the review. I don't need to see you eat it and talk. And I don't know if that's going to go people that talk with food in their mouth in general. Like, there's this one video, because I know you're not on Instagram a lot.
No, I'm on TikTok most of the time, yeah.
This woman starts talking about, first of all, she's just an awful person all the way around. Well, she said she wanted to divorce her husband. So when she said, she goes, so the plan was, and as she starts talking, she takes out a cookie and opens it and starts eating it and then talking while she's eating the cookie. And I'm like, is it me or is it? And then I read the comments. Everybody's like, why the fuck are you eating a cookie?
Everyone's pissed off too at it.
Well, she's just an awful person. So her complaint was she wanted to divorce her husband. So she took him to the counselor, told the counselor that she was nervous to tell him that she wanted a divorce. So it made it like this guy was volatile. She sprung the divorce on him, and he was like, okay.
It just didn't care. I did see this one, yeah.
And then she was upset that he didn't care. She's like, you're not going to put up even a little bit of a fight for us? Even though it was her decision. Just like a toxic, awful woman. And eating a cookie at the same time. I don't know what I hated worse. But she just looks like the type of person you just would just be like, get out of my life.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Then she wanted him back.
Just mad that he wasn't upset.
Yeah.
And then her complaint was the next day she wanted to talk to him about it. And he's like, no, he's playing video games. Already took his name off the lease because they didn't own a home. Mm-hmm. Split the assets up and was already gone. He said, yeah, I'm moving out. And she was upset that he didn't care.
Yeah.
Even though her biggest fear was that he was going to overreact.
And cause a scene and
eating a cookie the whole time.
You fucking eating a famous Amos. Right?
An Oreo, just licking the frost,
Oh,
has it in her hand, takes a bite, and she's like, and and I was like, ugh, just an awful person.
And it had to be a dry ass cookie too. Oreo's pretty dry, man.
You would think she'd be like, I was really happy that it wasn't going to end toxic or volatile. You could just tell that she was just a problem, and he was so happy.
Yeah, it was a cookie. It's like the dry too, where it gets on the roof of your mouth. You had to like scrape it off while she's talking.
Awful, smacking
her teeth. Oh yeah, people don't like that. That's a pit. People chewing with their mouth open.
Oh.
And my brother would get pissed off because I eat apples like that. My brother's like, "Why you gotta have your mouth open? That's fucking disgusting."
And I got a one to counter that. Even though we'll go to you.
No.
When people ask you questions when you take a bite.
Oh.
Like right when the waiter comes up. Oh, can I get you anything?
Like you see us take a bite and then you ask a question.
That's
it's
a great one. Yeah.
Now I know if I didn't like a table, I would do that on purpose.
You'd walk up.
And wait for them to
time.
take a bite to ask.
You guys okay over here? You guys good?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's annoying. So talking with food in your mouth, and then asking people that ask questions. Right when you take a bite.
Right when you take a bite, yeah. One of my pet peeves, especially for like the internet, since we're on the topic of content creators but you were also saying too about people that the food reviewers. I do have a problem with food reviewers too, man, because like a lot of them right now, they're the places they're recommending are shit,
awful.
And I'm like, why are you giving this an 8 and a 9 or a 10? This place is terrible, and it's like I guess you want a free chicken tender, and it's just so dry and gross. I think there's only like 2 places that have turned out to be half decent on these these food influencers, so to say. But one of my other pet peeves that are on the internet is I hate when I'm watching a clip of somebody else watching a fucking clip. And they're just pointing at it.
Reaction ones?
Yeah,
and they're not saying anything like, yep, this is what I've been telling everyone.
That fucking irritates the shit out of me because it's a clip that's already went viral. So all they're doing is just basically stealing and just pointing at it and agreeing with it. There's a guy, too, that does – he's kind of like that but kind of not. And it's music. And he'll just point at the original song and then the remix of the song and then the new version of the song. And that's all he does.
Yeah, and they're just going for clicks.
I can't stand that. That's a.
Let's just say influencers in general.
I know, right? Yeah.
That makes the consolidation much better.
I was talking to a marketing
real.
person. I forgot, and they said that 10,000 followers makes you an influencer. And I'm
Really?
like, that's it? And then
I'm a G away.
as a marketing person, and she told me that they call in.
Mm-hmm.
And they demand things that are like, we want to come to this place, and we want this amount, and we want that, and they're like, no, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like their level of importance, that and by the way, that's all going away.
Hopefully, that one kid that we were talking to one time, he was he said he was doing the YouTube award or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, these kids are fucking annoying, and they're so privileged."
Yeah, they want things to, and it's like there's no ROI on this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are look, one of the biggest and good friend of mine, Joe Rogan. I mean, that's a real influencer.
Yeah.
That guy changed an election. You know what I mean? Or interviews heads of state, not some Instagram whore
Tell us how you really feel.
that wants a free bottle at a nightclub.
Dude. Well, and too, like the that sounds so grouchy right now. I'm thinking about it because when I watch this stuff, or even the shit that is a skit, or that it's not a real prank, like the camera's set up way too well in the fucking car, and you're like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna prank my girl, and it's like
it's all contrived.
Dude, that irritating. It's like so irritating. It's so gross.
So fake
outs. The fake out fucking influencers.
I also hate the political posts by people that we know are not experts in the field.
Yeah. From pieces of shit we know personally.
Yeah. It's like, dude, shut up.
Yeah. Like, dude, I know you're not.
And
like
that goes either way.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't know anything about nothing. We know you. It's just frustrating.
Yeah.
And then the people that argue online, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well, people just go back for the comments constantly for no reason, or they spend their whole day. Coming up with a rebuttal. Fuck all that is. I used to try to work. I was trying to have this bit, and I could never get it to work. But it was kind of too niche or something like that. It was just like, I think that comment section, if you're commenting, it should be like Candy Crush lives or app game lives. Like you get 5. And then if you use all those 5, you have to wait a whole hour to get a 6th. You know how they give it a timer? Yeah. So by the time that hour is up...
Yeah, you should have a limited amount of comments.
Yeah. So by the time that hour's up, you either move on with your life and realize it's not worth it, or go ahead and be a miserable person again, and whatnot.
Or you also get the person that thinks that because they saw something first, that's the precedent.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to talk about the comments on some of my clips. I notice you'll see on other comics that have been around forever, and then they'll be like, "Oh, so and so does that joke." No, this guy's fucking 40 years in the game.
Yeah.
But they'll see something for the first time, and because that's their jump off of knowledge, right? Then they think that nothing existed before they discovered it.
Yeah.
And, you get these experts that usually tend to be men. That's why I understand that mansplaining thing.
Yeah.
When they're trying to explain to you a bit, and you're like, that is nowhere near. This is just a joke. Like my joke about, we'll talk about the Italians going to nightclubs, which was one of my original bits. There are people that are like, I don't do that. Oh yeah, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
Or the people from Italy that they're not, we mean Italian Americans. We're in America. Mm-hmm. There's a whole subculture and show on MTV about it. And I'm not I'm making fun of it.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. I'm making fun of myself. It's called vulnerability. I don't know. I don't even know what the term is. And that in itself is part of the Guido.
Yeah.
I don't even know the term. But we're making fun of it. Mm-hmm. From 25 fucking years ago. Anyways.
No, here's another one that on the internet too, since we're staying on the internet type of thing.
There's a lot on there.
Yeah. Is when people lip sync comedy specials or comedy sets.
Oh.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
They'll do another person's joke and say it in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. But they're mouthing like, I've seen Steve Trevino.
Yeah.
People do Steve's. I've seen a couple of them. Now, I guess it's been done to me, and it's kind of an honor.
Yeah.
I guess, but when you're seeing them like
not giving the credit though, that's what I don't like. All of a sudden you look in the description and it doesn't say.
It doesn't even have a hashtag or anything.
No.
Yeah.
It's
doesn't say who the comic is.
They try to make it seem as if it's their idea. Now, it's not always just like a woman doing a guy's voice. Sometimes it'll be like a guy doing the guy voice. So it's like it almost seems as if like if. And that's the thing. People are so stupid on the internet. People are like, they'll be like, "Oh, that was so funny." Da, 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 da. And some other people will be in the comments like, "It's somebody else. He's not. That's a lip sync." It's like, fucking hell. That irritates me so much. It's so bad.
And I also can't stand. This is just as a comic. The bad crowd work clips.
Oh yeah, of
Guys,
course. Oh,
stop.
Yeah.
Stop. It's so thirsty.
It's not good.
Are you talking about like when somebody in the crowd is like heckling or something?
There's quality ones, and then there's the ones that it goes nowhere. It's just awful. You see a lot of younger comics do it, which I get it because that's the new thing. I wish I did it more. You know what I mean? They have like 8 million followers, and I'm not talking about Matt. Shot awful. Mm. It's at an open mic. It goes nowhere.
It's caca.
Which I get the mentality behind it. I guess I don't know.
Like man, it's the whole quality over quantity thing, man, and it's a pet peeve of mine to watch that
as a comic. Mine too. Mine too. And then especially if you're like a kid has to have a guest set and he's setting up a camera.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because he's gonna go into the audience. He's going.
It's like, bro, just go do.
Just enjoy yourself.
Do your fucking time.
Do your time.
Yeah.
Get to where you want to go. Now, I wish again, this is what I lack. But, when you're developing an act, I know we're getting off tangent here, and you're telling a story or your point of view and you're, whatever it may be, that takes years of development. And, a lot of the older comics, myself included, I do break out of the mold. I'll put out specials, that I'll work for and produce and shoot them and then clip them up. And I'm still hate those clips.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's nowhere near as good as what the hell I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And you feel like you burned it. Then you talk to like the younger people. They're like, well, do it again. And then my mindset is no.
Yeah. Like
because I'm repeating, yeah. But then it's like, well, that's why this kid's selling out fucking theaters.
Yeah, because he's doing it all over and over again. Yeah, dude, that was a big. I think I have that written down too. I think it says right here. It says when it's the same clip over and over. That's another pet peeve of mine. Like they'll even do it with a lot of times with music, or like if someone has a rap song, they'll do that verse over and over and over again in different
freestyles.
No, not freestyles. Just like that they have the song, they have the it slaps this little verse. Most people don't even do 3 verses anymore. It's just 2. But they'll do it in their room. And then after that, they'll go do it. They'll do the same verse in a parking lot, and then they'll go do the same verse at a restaurant. But they'll just make separate clips, and it's like that. You're not putting anything new out. You're just doing the same shit in a different spot, and that irritates the fuck out of me.
Well, again, if it applies to you, it applies to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not big, and I hope that whatever clip you put out goes viral and you sell millions of tickets. Okay? Because my clips aren't. Anyways, I want to get to this. This really irks the shit out of me. It's mostly in airports, but even in Vegas, the way people walk.
Oh yeah.
I want to kick you in your fat fucking back. Mm-hmm. I mean, why are you just aimlessly wandering in front of people, like crossing lanes?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you want to punch them?
100%.
Fuck, man. I hate that. I talk about that too when we every time I go to Kimmel's, I'm always like I go fuck the promenade. I go why the fuck can't people learn how to walk correctly?
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Fuck out
Like
the
lack
way.
of spatial awareness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They'll stop right in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what are you doing? Like, keep walking. This is like, if you want to stop, move off to the side
You guys
and
say
then look
anything
up.
if they do that to you?
Yeah, I will. I'll be like, excuse me, like real loud, real hard, like, and then, or even in a Costco, I can't stand that. Like, I'm like, if you're gonna text somebody, pull over, pull over, and put your cart on the side and handle your business, and then come back into the
Yeah,
into the
they have
space.
no self-awareness. And I don't know, in the airports, what drives me nuts, especially like in Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have all the terminals are pretty far from each other. So they have these walk paths that move, right? And if you're going to
Moving
stand,
walkways.
Yes,
you're to the right.
perfect. Yeah.
To the left,
100%,
we
yeah.
walk. And you get that fucking family that's just fucking taking their time. Or the people that work there are walking so goddamn slow, man. You're like, come on.
I hate when that family gives you a look. Like,
Yeah, like
someone's
you're
got-
the
You're the
asshole.
asshole.
Like,
or
yeah, like
something,
someone's got somewhere to be. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm in an airport. My plane might leave in a minute. It's going to board. Get the fuck out the way. Or even on the escalator, too. That'll happen, too. Like, stay on that side because I got to get up there.
They, to the right is
Ugh.
to stand, and to the left is for people to move. And you'll see it on the escalator in the airports. I mean, we fly a lot, so
yeah.
we know. And, people got to get there. There's people have to get to connecting flights. All right? You can't just take your time and think, well, they should have prepared better. No, bitch. If you're in Houston and you got to go all the way to because that's a huge ass airport.
Yeah, yeah.
Dallas too.
Dallas is when Atlanta is fucking
Atlanta,
horrible.
you got to take Denver. You got to take
Denver,
the,
yeah,
You got to take the
I'm
tram
always
to
running
another
in
gate.
Denver.
Oh, dude, layovers kill me sometimes, man. And,
Yeah.
I strategically plan it out where I'll pick a seat up close, and then sometimes like I remember one time this woman had every right to be mad at me, but I'm getting off and this older person, they were trying, and she was taking her time. And I had the shit so bad, right? And I said, ma'am, can you just, and then and the woman next to me goes, she's an elderly woman. And I just was gone. and I was hoping to see her because I was going to say, ma'am, I had to go to the bathroom and get to my gate.
Yeah.
And it was just an awful situation because I was
Prairie
turtling.
dogging?
Yeah, you're totally, yeah. When you get that crack sweat.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're afraid for your butt to even breathe. The stomach was gurgling, all kinds of fucking
All the muscles are clenched.
everything. And I
Waddling
gotta go on a tram to another gate. And I'm like, I gotta go to the nearest, because sometimes this is the worst too. You get off the plane and the nearest bathroom, everybody got off, so there's a line.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, so strategically I'll go a couple ways down before, because then there's always an open bathroom down there.
But then
Yeah.
everybody
And
uses that strategy too.
It's usually the open bathroom's usually in the way to the tram, because they usually have one there.
Yeah.
So when people get off the plane, they go right to the restroom. But if you're walking, you can catch a vacant bathroom before the hallway or
It
the
just all fills
walkway
up.
to the tram.
Yeah.
And that's where I was going to, and I barely made it.
He was out there turtle baying it.
Dude, it was bad. And I felt bad because the woman yelled at me, and she was right.
Yeah. I understand. But
No, I was like, she was stuck up for the elderly lady. I was being like, ma'am, I was, when you're politely aggressive?
Yeah.
Ma'am, could you please, ma'am, and just scooted by her.
Scooted by, do a shoulder check on her. Was like,
I felt bad for that, man.
oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Especially
But people
with
that walk like shit, man.
Yeah, in the
Just
airport.
fucking stay in one. If you're gonna walk slow, especially at the link, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're just drinking those big ass frozen
Goofy
alcoholic drinks and
Yeah.
wondering, oh look, it's a Ferris wheel. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Stop taking pictures, you fucking
Get
idiot.
the fuck out of the way.
They're taking pictures of a big In and Out. I'm like, stop that.
Yeah, ooh, get the fuck. I gotta be somewhere because I didn't time this right.
What about getting off and on elevators?
What about like?
The people that just won't wait.
Like you're getting off
Let
an
the
elevator.
people get off first,
Yeah,
and then get
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that happens often.
I hate that. I'm trying to think of another pet peeve of mine.
Oh, I got one.
Okay,
As a
go ahead.
gambler, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just say, It's only happened here in Vegas that I see it, and it irritates the fuck out of me. And it's when you're at a stoplight and the cars stop like 8 or 9 feet behind the end of the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That bothers the shit because they leave so much. You could almost fit another car in that spot.
Especially if they're blocking a right turn.
Yes, exactly.
All you got to do is move up and let people get by.
A little bit.
I'll fucking stab your whole family.
Fucking
I'll go in the back and I'll peel off your family stickers off. I'll systematically remove the dog, the kids off the stickers if you don't move.
It irritates. It's such a. I was doing an Instagram story thread about it. I kept taking pictures of cars that would just back up, and sometimes it would get ridiculous, and it would be 2 car lengths that people would stop. And then people would reply, "Well, we have a lot of drunks here in town, and that's why." And you get hit, or people run the red lights, and it's like, nah, we're already stopped. And then what I don't like too is that they'll take forever to accelerate to catch the light. So by the time I get to the light, it's already red again. And just because they like,
what if they don't take the yellow?
Oh, they don't take the yellow too. That's another one.
Yeah, it doesn't mean stop.
No, it means roll through this motherfucker. You're already or it's here. It's just here where it's like you go when it's the yellow arrow. You go into the middle of the intersection, and then if the cars pass, and if it turns red, you still can turn. You still can get there, and they don't do that either, and I can't stand that.
So this was the one I was talking as a gambler. So you're playing the slots, and you get to the bonus, and then people come and they watch, and it's like, I don't want your fucking bad luck. I don't want your face looking at my dice.
Put them in the closet. Put them in the closet.
Me and my girl call it, you get old man. And what happened to us? No, here's what happened. I'm hitting this machine in at the South Point. I was doing the dirty, the show Dirty at 12:30, and I'm playing.
Shout out Gabe Lopez.
And I'm winning, and I kept getting the bonus, and then this old dude comes over. And he's like, well, nobody ever wins on that.
Fuck you.
And then after he started talking, I just kept fucking losing. And he wouldn't go away. He wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So now if we're playing a bonus, my girl says something like, oh, I just got old man. And I hate when you're in the bonus round and they come over and they watch and they talk to you. And then you don't, and it doesn't hit. And you're
cooler.
like, get your fucking
Malokia out of
get
here.
Get your Malokia out of here. You gave me the Malokia, but you come over and you're fucking talking to me in the bonus round.
Yeah.
And one time, some people have good luck. Now, it's gone the other way. I had this little old lady come over, and I was talking with her. And I was showing her how to play. But I kept hitting the bonus, right?
Yeah.
And, you get in a bonus round. You win some money, you get some back, you keep playing. So now, I'm in the whole thing where, if it fills up, you hit the major. And we're playing, and she's sitting there the whole time, and she's talking to me. But she was just a sweet lady. And I was showing her, look, ma'am, if you're going to bet $5, you might as well, instead of doing at 1 cent, do it at 2 cents or whatever. Just showing her the tricks, because now the major, the mini and bonuses are higher.
Are in
just
play.
showing her.
Yeah.
So now I get in the bonus round, and she's talking. She's like, oh. But she was just, and I kept hitting. So then she goes, she goes, oh, you got one left. And I said, that thing never fills up. She goes, don't say that. And then, boom.
Hey.
Then
Nice.
Then I gave her money. And I'm like, don't leave.
Yeah, stay right
so
here.
she stayed there, and she was playing. And I kept winning. But that's the only time that's ever happened.
That's awesome, though.
Other than that, these degenerates come up behind you, and they're like,
You get old man.
oh, yeah, you get old man in
That's
the bonus
hella funny.
round.
That has to go somewhere. That's fucking hilarious. You get old man because you say that now, and I could distinctly remember I could walk through a casino and I could see people getting old man.
All the time.
All the time.
And it's bad etiquette.
You don't belong with that group. Why are you standing there?
Now, if you're going to watch, go in the distance and
Yeah.
look. But when you're just standing there,
Like you're in their vicinity.
they're
Yeah,
right next to you
yeah.
watching. I was playing blackjack one
Like they
night,
came with you.
and there was a guy next to me. He was a miserable asshole, man. And I got my card, and I think the dealer was showing 6. I don't have to play out the scenario, but I asked the guy, I said, should I hit on this? He goes, what am I, your wife?
Jesus.
So I said, all right. So I kept fucking him.
Yeah. You could fuck the cards,
Yeah.
the whole table up. Yeah.
I kept fucking. Well, he was here, so I kept fucking him.
Yeah.
I was taking cards just to fuck with him and piss him off because he was a dick, and I kept hitting, and he kept fucking losing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and I kept counting.
Fuck that guy.
Then he's
That's
like,
awesome.
and then I forgot he had said something like, what? Why are you hitting on that? I said, what am I, your wife? And then I kept abusing him,
Yeah.
like slide comments, and the dealer hated him too.
Man, too bad we can't pull a video because my dad has
Let's just say bad gambling etiquette.
bad gambling. Yeah, my dad has a whole story. I have a video. If you go on my Instagram and it's my dad in the car, he just got out of the casino. I picked him up because he got in a fight at the casino because they were having blackjack. He goes, this motherfucker told me to play my cards. I said, man, fuck you, man, fucker. He goes, I fucking cracked him. And he goes, then the security guard came and grabbed me. And I said, no. And he goes, hey, the security guard had him. Like, I cracked the motherfucker again. And I was like, you're nuts, man. Get in the car.
I got a bunch of these. I got a bunch of pet peeves.
And then
This is another one that bothers me.
here's one that I hear people have that I don't have, but I hear that people say that they don't like. They can't stand when people bite the fork when they eat. Oh yeah,
That like instantly hurt my teeth just thinking about that.
yeah. I always hear about that.
Yeah.
Like I never noticed it, but people were like,
I hate when they scrape silverware.
like what? Like what do you mean? Like on the
they're
plate?
cutting,
And they're cutting.
and they're making all that fucking noise. It's like, yo, man. First of all, what kind of a bitch ass dude cuts his food? The other thing I hate, as long as we're getting back to the driving, but separate, is the pedestrians that just fucking take the walk, just jaywalk.
Yeah.
And cause all that traffic because they can't wait. And if it's a homeless people, fuck
give a
up everything.
fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They
dog.
take their sweet ass time, and then let their dog take sweet ass time too. You know what else? Oh man, I hate when you're driving too, and the
So we'll
pedestrians.
just say homeless people in the crosswalk.
Yeah. Or even when pedestrians mug you while you're driving. The fuck you looking at me for? What you mugging me for? I'm in a car. You're over here fucking walking. Wait, I'm not gonna turn back around.
I got in a fight in L.A. over that.
Oh yeah.
In the street. I got out of the car. Then he's like, "What's up? What's up?" And he had a fucking umbrella.
Yeah.
And it was because it was raining.
Because he was penguin.
I think it was raining. So whatever. We squared up.
Yeah.
And then
Dude, back then you could do that. You could square up with somebody on the street, but now it sucks, especially here. You were in a Cary state because an Uber driver got killed,
Yep.
2 months ago
Yep.
on the strip. And there's hella road rage incidents here.
100%.
Even in LA too.
Florida's like that.
Yeah, on LA on the freeway. Do you see that? They got video of the dude just blasting somebody and fucking getting in the car.
That's
and
to me.
shit.
That's if you know the dude's not carrying and you want to talk shit. You're not. If you don't know you're not. Your life's not threatened. You just want to shoot somebody. And Florida was like that too, man.
Yeah, it's fucking Wild West shit.
There was a story with not my story. A couple friends of mine were driving. They got into it with these dudes, and a guy just shot. Boom, and it went. The window was open, and my boy, it went like right by
The whole
the
face.
thing, yeah. And then they slammed. My buddy slammed on the brakes, and then they stopped on the interstate and tried to back up with traffic going.
Oh.
So then they had to go forward, and then they got off on the next exit, and they backed out like on the road
shit.
trying to go after him to shoot him again.
Damn.
But
Fucking, that's crazy.
no, you do have to be careful.
You have to be careful. Hell,
This guy, and it was in L.A. It was over 20 years ago. Yeah.
So this is something that I don't have a problem with, but I hear this a lot. Nikki brought it up too. Was the word moist?
Oh.
People find that irkish or pet peevish. They don't like. It's like I just like the way it sounds and it's nasty and it's gross. My brother's wife, she's like that. Melissa, she every time you say it, she probably listens to this right now and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you keep saying moist."
Well, I don't like when people describe food. Me and my brother think we would laugh, but it's annoying when they're like,
Or
"God,
describe
"Oh
food.
God, this is delicious." Like using words like scrumptious or like motherfucker. What are you, Willy Wonka? Who the fuck says scrumptious? Or
Delightful.
oh
Delightful.
God, this is the cake was so moist and delicious. I'll fucking stab you. Why am I angry? You know why I'm angry? Because this list is making me angry.
It's starting to get you there. It's starting
You guys are
It
getting
really
head
is.
bumps.
It really is,
Square up.
man.
because it's like, oh man, and I don't.
When I was working in nightclubs, because I worked there before I got into comedy, there was so many types of people that you just wanted to. The guy
straighten out.
Look, if you want to get in somewhere, I mean, I don't know if this works now. I've been out. I don't go to clubs anymore, but you give a guy a 20 nowadays. When Sinatra was tipping C notes in the 50s.
Oh yeah.
But you give, like, for me, the buster comes. I'll palm him a 5 or a 10.
Yeah.
Depending. Your bread always on. He'll keep filling it up. I don't want the waiter to see it, because then the waiter might think he don't have to tip him out because he got another tip. There's ways to operate. So when I was working the clubs, guy comes up, hey, how are you? Usually Italian, I know. Shake his hand. Whatever's in it's in it. Pretend I know him. Walk him up to the front. You can get in that way, depending on, And then if you look, it's usually, you could tell if the guy, it's usually a 20. I've gotten hundreds.
Yeah.
And then they just know how to do it. I could not stand the guys that did not know how to fucking do it.
How to do it.
And they're usually like, a regular fucking white
Ham and
dude.
egger.
Yeah. Come over and be like, look, I'll give you $50 if you. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
She's like, keep it down, bro.
No, now no.
Now no.
Now no.
Yeah.
Because even if then sometimes what I would do with them is say you back them up. Now if they do it a certain way, I'll just bring them to the fucking cashier. Now they have to pay the cover.
Yeah.
I'll let them cut the line.
Yeah.
But if you're giving me money, I could pretend I know you and say these guys are with me, and you don't even have to pay the cover.
Yeah. You're all
that
good.
That makes sense. But those guys the best way to say it, guys that don't know how to operate.
Yeah, they pet peeve you out. They don't know how to operate.
No,
or make moves.
or let's say you're with a girl, and it may be a different girl, and they don't know how to fucking act, or they'll say something stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
where
they'll
the
even,
fuck are you from?
Or they'll even just say, "Hey, nice to see you again." Like, shut the
fuck up, dude.
This is not the again. This one, that's a different fucking one. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not even if you're not doing anything, it's just
Yeah.
Or the guy that won't go away when that the girl's interested in you, you're trying to talk, and the motherfucker just lingers.
Yeah, I had to talk about something like that. I had a fucking comic. I said something in the podcast.
It's a lot of comics.
Yeah, that they don't have the thought process of what the right ethics are, and that, like, I had a kid. Matter of fact, he needed a place to stay. I let him stay at my house. Not Edgar. There was another kid, and so I'm talking to this girl. We
don't have to say names.
we're talking to this girl, and he comes walk up. Thought it was gonna be like, all right, hey, we're talking about music. He goes, oh yeah, I went and seen a concert, and she's like, yeah, I like concerts too. And this fool fucking throws his whole shoulder and puts it in the middle of us, and then does a whole step. And I'm now looking at the back of his head as he's talking to the girl that I'm talking to. And Jenny because it was at Laughs, Jenny laughed so loud. And I go, do you see this shit? And she was like, I saw that. And
that's on par with what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Dude, I had to tell him. I grabbed him up and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, no, I'm just talking. I was like, no, you're not just talking. I know what you're doing. And the girl was on the level because she's seen too. She's like, what the fuck is it? I was like, yeah. And I had to tell him too. And I was like, what do you think is going to happen? You're renting a room from me.
Or they really just want to have a conversation. It's like, bro.
Yeah, they don't have to
kick rocks. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm working here. I'm fucking working.
I'm putting in time. I'm already $30 in drinks.
You're not just gonna come sidestep this shit.
The ROI is not going up.
Yeah. Do you know how much I've spent already? The other thing I was gonna say, at working at clubs, I hated these. We called them bottle rats.
Bottle rats, that's a good name.
And these are girls that go to different tables to get free drinks. And they're really annoying. And they cause scenes. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes they'll go to a table. The guys are happy to have them there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the guys don't want them there. And it's like they're working drinks. And I remember the girl that I worked with in the front goes, why don't they just get a job? Like, all of this for a free drink?
for a vodka cran? What the fuck's wrong with this?
It's-
for a Grey Goose?
Go to work and just buy it.
Yeah.
Because you could tell the chicks that were there trying to hustle, whatever that may be, and the ones that were just out to have a good time.
Yeah. There's a couple times when I was out at clubs, I had seen that where it's like they came and sat in the booth that we're in, and I'm like, who's this?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
I'm like, who's this?
There's nothing more satisfying than having, say, an athlete or somebody, or we'll say a high value man that asks us to ask them to leave
Oh, nice.
because they think that the whole world
Yeah.
should
that's-
open for them, and you're like, listen, girls, come here, can I talk to you for a second? He doesn't want to be bothered. You know,
So can you guys?
can you? And it's not usually. It doesn't. There's a 70% chance it's going to end. We're going to have to ask them to leave, or they're going to get
More than once?
Yeah, dude, it used to happen all the time. Because we had a lot of professional athletes come to where I worked back in the day. A lot of baseball players trained, you know, so they would come in, and you knew right away, because we sectioned them off.
Yeah.
And you know how
That's
there's a
crazy.
certain type of woman that is trying to make their way in, and when they don't get in, they get very toxic and angry. And
Well, I don't want this fucking drink anyways.
I'll tell you a fucked up story.
He didn't even sign his deal yet. They already know. They know the whole.
Yeah, they
fucking-
know it's all back. Well, now it's different with the internet. Back then, you could even fake it.
Yeah.
I did that a lot. I was always faking it. But yeah, because I knew everybody in the business, so I would come in and they, and then I would get treated. Because I knew them. I'm sleeping on my mother's couch. You know what I mean? And you come in and they're like, yo, get him a table. We're sitting there. And then, my boys would be there. And they were either bouncers at other clubs. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
But, everything's on the arm. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there. I mean, we knew how to tip people. But, I'm basically my buddy used to do a joke about that. We would go out and I would never, other than tipping, I never paid for anything, man.
Yeah.
So, you're out and it's just, that early 20s.
Fuck yeah.
Nothing going for myself other than just knowing the guy at the door.
Next year? What about next year? Who gives a
Fuck
fuck?
next year.
For real.
I got free drink. It's a Wednesday.
Telling you, living in the moment. I'm here in the present.
Why? I'm living the life of a celebrity without having money or a real job and responsibilities.
Fuck yeah.
I just go to the gym.
Dude, that's all I seen in Miami, dude. That's all
it is.
Faking
Faking it.
Dude.
I faked it forever. But so anyways,
Yeah.
we had this was bad, man. So there was a certain person there that was a ball player. We'll keep it at that. Mm-hmm. He's with his friends. This girl comes over, and usually protocol would be, hey, they have somebody come to us, because I'll tell them, look, I wore a suit like I was fucking. So I said, look, if there's any problems, you just come to me and we'll ask,
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the guys took it upon himself to ask the girls to leave. One of the girls got mad, right? I'm not kidding you. It was a friend of the guy, called her a bitch. In her mind, she thought it was now justified to hit him with a champagne bottle.
Oh, shit.
no.
And she took it and cracked him. And I was coming over to diffuse the problem, and then it became a real problem. That chick, I think, got a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in her mind, she's like, well, he called me a bitch.
So what?
So call him an asshole.
Yeah. She was like, "That's slander. that's an offense."
Just a problem. And they sat down like they were supposed to go, oh, we're lucky to have you.
Yeah. Like fuck all that noise,
And she couldn't believe she was getting arrested, everything.
motherfucking.
Dude, I've got so many crazy stories.
fucking
that,
bottle rats.
Dude, I remember
Bottle rats.
I remember one time this guy was hitting his girl, right? Mm-hmm. So we went over and, not roughed him up, but we're like taking him up. My boy, he grabs him. His girl starts jumping on my boy and clawing and clawed her face. So after it was all over, the older guys that were there say, don't ever, they always turn.
Yeah.
Like it's like this crazy Munchausen syndrome. Like you figured it, this guy. I mean, he hit her pretty hard.
Yeah.
This was in the parking lot.
That happened when I was with you at Richard T. Feathers. You were on stage, and I was outside because this is when I used to smoke, and I was smoking a cigarette, and this dude was beating his girl across the street, and I ran over there, and I helped her out, and I brought her to the club, and then the dude took off, and we ended up calling the cops for her, but luckily I didn't get, like you said, they do turn, but I got lucky she didn't turn, and but they gave me the headline. Heather was like, she was there, the owner was there at the time too, and she was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "Yeah, they were."
I think I remember this.
Yeah, and I ended up getting some headlight dates out of it after that. I was like, that'll work.
Look, I mean,
Yeah.
we're still gonna step in.
Yeah.
But what she did to my buddy's face was fucking
Fucked up.
crazy.
Yeah. Fucking nuts, man.
Crazy, yeah, because he's tussling with him. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, like right in,
Oh God,
and
it's
just
crazy.
Pulled.
oh, it was
Fuck.
like in his eyes and just ripped the skin. She got arrested.
Good.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah. No shit.
I've seen that a bunch of times, man.
Fucking
Dude,
Bronx.
working in nightclubs is very, very interesting. We're already at an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys want a top 10 of, pet peeves.
Pet peeves.
You
I've
guys
been
are at
writing them
22.
down.
Oh, we're at 22?
Yeah.
No way.
Wanna hear
Oh,
what the list is?
I've my list is at 13
Oh, okay.
or
Oh,
12
yeah, shit.
because I've been consolidating.
Oh, see, you're automatically doing it. That's good.
Anything else? I don't know how. I know we go off on tangents.
I know, my bad. I don't
No,
think.
it's my fault. Guys, put that on there. Guys that talk
Guys that talk, they go
in a
off.
stream of thought. So let's wrap it up, I guess. Anything else that pops into mind?
Just like I said, the one upper is a fucking irritating
Oh, that
pet
guy's the
peeve.
worst.
Pet peeve.
Dude, I had you get that. I had a guy. I told you that one night I'm at Gotham, and he wouldn't shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna put one upper down.
Yeah.
So we're on stage, and I'm on stage, and the guy wouldn't shut up. So I go at him, and
Yeah.
as I would. And mind you, we're in New York City, so this kid, they were from North Carolina. He was from North Carolina, and I know this because we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to me. He goes, I bet I make more money than you. I said, well, how much do you think I make a year? He goes, what do you make, 250,000? I go, you think I make that much? I go, what are you, out of your fucking mind? I said, what do you do? He goes, I'm a pharmacist. I said, oh, okay. In North Carolina, I go, by the way, that's a lot of money, because he was a younger kid.
Mm-hmm.
I go, that's a lot of money for somebody your age to be making. But you're in New York City. That's not impressive here.
Yeah.
That's rent. That's like you bragging, going, I eat at all the best restaurants, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in New York fucking City.
Yeah.
And then I go, but being a pharmacist, is that what you always wanted to do? Mm-hmm. Because when you were a kid, did you used to hand out Flintstone chewables and be like, all right, I'm going to be the pharmacist? I think that's something that you fell into. Great money, but me personally, this is what I always wanted to do.
So I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm not making nowhere near that much money. But that he tried to, the insecurity.
Yeah. It's one of I hate those people too. They're basically when they have the argument, they bust out. They go, they bust out their degree. They say what college they went to. I'm a Harvard graduate, okay? I fucking know what I'm talking. I'm like, give a fuck where you went.
Motherfucker, I
You're right.
got a master's degree in Google.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And if it's true, it's true.
That's straight up Goodwill Hunting shit. How you like those apples?
Do you think this goes in there? Because the one upper, and it's that certain type of guy. It's the same guy that has to. Because I get when women say mansplaining now, what it means.
Yeah.
And it's when a guy just starts speaking on authority based on theory with no experience.
Yes.
Because in his mind, he's like, okay. Because we see that as comics when they're dissecting a joke you did, or they're trying to say, or the audience member, because you have two types of annoying audience members. You have the women that think everybody gives a fuck, it's their birthday, or they're getting married.
Yes.
Then you have the guy who thinks he can do comedy.
Oh, I had two of those in the audience last night.
And because in his mind, he's like, I could do this. And he's trying to do jokes from the crowd. And it's annoying, and it's not funny, and it's hacky. Okay?
Yeah.
Does he count as a one-upper?
No, he's not a one-upper. That's a whole different thing. I don't know what that is, but
you know what I'm talking about? Or
Yeah.
he's sitting there like this.
I could do, just judgmental and shit like that.
Yeah, get on the close-up. This is him the whole time.
He said, yeah,
I
definitely.
could do that.
The judgment
I do that in my
look.
sleep.
Dude, I had last night. I had a
That
dude
guy, I
who
hate
was
that guy.
just every time I was saying something, he tried to say he almost tried to
Try
act
to
like
jump the punch.
Yeah, he tried to jump the punch and predict the joke, and I go, what are you saying? I looked at him and I was like, what are you saying? And he goes, it was some joke but he goes to shit. He goes, you shit the bed, and I go, shit the bed. I go, we're not even talking about a bed. Shut the fuck up. And everybody was like, because that's the thing too. You turn the audience on the fucking heckler, but. He was just one of those guys that kept trying to do it. I go, you're ruining the whole show for the people around you, and you're
Well, I
ruining
always
the
tell him,
air.
look, you can't do comedy. By the way, I was so tempted to jump every sentence you were about to say.
Yeah, the fucking they're pissed me off. That fucking
Just when you were going to talk about the guy jumping, I wanted to jump.
jump
the
in, try to
sentences.
get in there. Ah,
No,
dude.
that's
a whole nother dude.
The stone face comedy guy. Ugh. Oh, the insecurity.
The insecurity of it all.
The insecure guy. We're gonna do that. Insecure
Yeah.
guy, because that's the guy that's the one upper as well.
Yeah.
Like I had a dude. You know Vinny.
Yes.
Yeah, from Philly. The one where you went to his restaurant and
Yeah,
you ate
like a
like
child.
fucking 12-year-old.
Yeah.
We were out one time and there was a guy there and the guy basically comedy came up and he not that he thought I was lying, but everything I was saying, he's like, nuh-uh. Like that.
Yeah.
And then it was awkward because Vinny was the one fucking forcing it out. You know what I mean? And then
Vinny's fucking funny.
yeah, he is. But then I was getting annoyed. But then I was like, why? Why do you think I'd lie to you?
Yeah. What makes it?
I don't even want to have this fucking conversation right now.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Vinny, because I ask him,
Yeah.
who brought this shit up? I don't even care.
I'm not trying to impress you, motherfucker.
I don't- yeah.
Yeah. It's like I would like stop talking, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't even want to. It's loud.
Yeah, it's loud. Yeah, in a club. I don't want to be busting out my vocal cords.
I don't want to. I don't care. And if you think my life is that exciting that I'm lying to you, how shitty is your life?
Oh, here's some inside
But
baseball.
he kept going,
Just
no.
no, that didn't happen.
And Vin's like, yeah. And I'm like, Vin, just stop. I don't want to talk.
Wait, but how's the nuh-uh face go again?
No.
No. Then I'm like, well, I asked him, I go, is that your verbal pause or is that a legit reaction? Because then it got to the point.
Where you started getting upset.
Yeah, well,
where you're like, I'm gonna fucking fire on this
Well,
fool.
well, it's
Calling me a liar.
yeah. It was about. I can't even get into details with it, but then it's like, yeah. Why do you think that like I need your acceptance?
you
Like-
calling me a liar to my face? That what you're
Well,
doing?
because and then I also said to him, which is true. I wish Vinny was here. I also said to him, well, you must lie a lot. Because if you're assuming everything I'm saying, which I'm being forced to say, okay, is a
Yeah.
lie, then that must mean you lie. Because I'm not assuming what you told me earlier isn't true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was boring. Anyways,
No, but I was
so
gonna
the
say,
insecure guy, go ahead.
just want to really. It might be too bit inside baseball, but it's a pet peeve of mine. The comic that's performing in the green room is very irritating to me, and also the comic. This sometimes is the same guy. The comic that it's unsolicited information about where they're going to be at for the next month in the green room.
Or they just drop credits in the
Drop
green room.
credits, drop names, drop clubs, drop dates where they just got done. And it's like a month. I was like, I got it, man. You work. We get it. We're all comics. We're all working. Unless
This list has made us irritable.
it's
It really has.
It has.
Like, I'm in such a bad mood.
hey, also too.
The grandma list was phenomenal. We were laughing.
We're all pissed.
And now I'm mad. I keep thinking of people in the green room. It's like, dude, I don't care.
And then on top of that, the shit that they're dropping is shit I would never want to do anyways. So it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, because you're not even saying shit that I want. That I would be like, hey, who books that? None of the shit you said right now is that I want to know who books that, or I don't already know who books that.
Or like, whatever. You get some dudes that start talking shit on other people that they don't really know.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, yo, that's my boy. Slow that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it gets to the point to where it's like, all right, now everybody he's mentioning I'm friends with. And this kid may not know I've been in the game 28 years, so I know a lot of these guys. And what you're saying is not true.
Yeah.
You know what this used to bother me.
Here
love
we go.
it.
Here we go.
I love it.
Rest her soul. Inside baseball. I would, being at the Comedy Store, I would talk to Mitzi, especially, not more towards the end because, she wasn't there. But I would hear comics tell Mitzi stories. Oh, she's crazy. You don't even fucking know her. You've never talked to her. She wouldn't even talk to you. And everybody had these, the same thing to say that was hearsay from what somebody else had said that really didn't know what they were talking about.
A fourth generation story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they would all act as if they experienced it like firsthand. And it used to annoy the fuck out of me because Mitz, even though, there were some things that you could tell, but she still, like, I don't want to say later on, but she still could have a conversation. She wasn't.
She had her facilities to.
Yeah, so like they would say,
like Al Davis.
Mitzi forgot I didn't get past at the store. She's good. No.
No, she knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
Because she would say some shit sometimes that was like, I told her one time she called me out on doing a bit that
Johnny Sanchez.
Johnny Sanchez did.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, because I just made it up in the spot. Then she said, don't do that. And then fucking, I saw Johnny, I went to the Laugh Factory like a week later, and I asked him, do you do this bit? And he's like, I don't. Because, yeah, I used to when I first started. And I told him the Mitzi story. He goes, she fucking remembered.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, she had her facilities about her. Yeah, like Al Davis was like that too. Like even like towards the end, people thought like, oh, he's just crazy. It's like no, and then he went on camera, and they were like, oh, he's still there. It's just his body gave out.
But it's like, you hear something about somebody in our industry, and then you hear people repeat it as a hearsay as if they experienced it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to do that a lot at the Comedy Store. That I was there every night for almost 20 years. I never even seen you there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a bunch of like, oh, they're a jerk, and it's like, well, what they do to you? No, I just heard how they are, and it's like,
or
well, then how are you?
they'll take someone else's experience as if it was their own.
And be like, yeah, no, yeah, fuck all that. Well, I guess we have our list of fucking.
All right, here's what I got. I'm fucking miserable.
Here's our 100
You know
item
what set
list.
me off? The chick with the cookie.
What with that?
I have never been so annoyed at a person's personality, her point,
Yeah.
and eating a cookie. I got to pull it up for you. It's fucking awful.
No, she's in her car, right?
No.
Oh, she's not in her car? I see a woman where lady's in her car.
No, bro.
I thought she was in her
Oh, I forgot this. This is the one I wanted to talk about.
Oh, which one?
This has happened a couple times where people who aren't paying the bill order as if they're paying the bill.
Oh, that's
that's a
aggressive.
good one.
Yeah.
Like, I was out one time and this person kept ordering. Like, just get it.
Apps.
And then I figured they were picking up the tab. They didn't even want to pitch in.
budge. They didn't even budge. They didn't even like pretend.
Yeah.
To like.
They just ordering as if, like, well, because there's another aspect to this.
Oh, here we go.
Well, there's the person that always says, well, if it were me, and it's never them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like if I had money, this is what I would do, but I don't. So therefore, I'm going to act as if I was somebody who was with me if I had money. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I can't. I fucking.
I don't know how to
just came up with
phrase
another one
that.
too myself now. Too.
Oh no.
I just came up with one. I can't stand what if people.
Yeah.
If you tell them something that you might want to do or a scenario, something about what if this happens and what if that happens? I was like, yeah, that's what life is. You got to go fucking live it, and that might happen and it might not. What if I kept on thinking about what if I'd never do anything in my life ever? What if comedy doesn't work out? Fucking what? Like, why even have that?
That's how the
thought
guy
process?
was lying. He kept thinking I was lying because basically he kept asking me, "Do you write your own stuff?" Yeah, no. Yeah, no. It's part of the art form.
Yes, it's the
And
doubt.
Yeah,
It's the doubt.
like well, you had to know somebody.
No,
It's just, I mean, you do and you don't. You know them because of your hard work. It's
Yeah.
not
You
No,
network.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's like you got
Who
it.
the fuck are you? That's basically how the conversation went
Ugh.
with the other guy.
I'm at 30. I don't know what number you got.
All right,
at
let's go. Let's try. All right, so
Okay,
right now, talking with food in your mouth. We got that. I'm going to write that down, right? We're good with that?
Talking with
That's
food
a
in your
good
mouth.
one.
No food etiquette.
No food etiquette. That's the other thing I hate.
Tell me about it.
Well, you know, when people are like, let's say you like something, and then they're like, ugh. You know what I mean?
Get all dude.
Hey, motherfucker,
They judge you hella hard.
this is what.
Ugh. You like that?
That's fucking awful.
Ugh. Like I wouldn't. You for reals? You eat that shit?
Ew.
Sushi?
How do you eat that shit? It's fucking good.
Yeah, it's good. I
There's
like
a reason why it's on a menu.
it. That's why there's a whole restaurant dedicated
Like
to it.
your taste is the taste.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking funny.
All right. When people use words to describe food, let's just put that all in the food etiquette.
Like scrumptious.
Yeah, and judging what you eat. Bottle rats.
Bottle rats. Yeah, bottle rats are annoying. I love it.
And let's do insecure guy.
Insecure guy was also
So that's
just
the one-upper, the
bird,
guy
yeah.
that thinks you're lying, the guy who thinks he can do comedy,
the what if.
the what-if guy.
Because the what if person is actually really the one that's super insecure and wants you to fail because they're too scared to do anything themselves. Yeah. Message.
And he's also the internet troll, because that's
The
usually
internet troll, yeah.
Women do the judging what you like, right?
Yeah.
But they don't do it. They'll like you could leave somebody's house and your girl will be like, ugh, their furniture was ugh. Like women think their taste should be everyone's.
Yeah.
And men are the insecure guys that are like the one-uppers. Would that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does make sense.
All right, so here's the list so far. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9.
The
got
clips. The person that just points, right? Or no, that's all influencers.
That's the
That's all in
influencers.
one, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I got. So talking
Moist.
food etiquette's number 1,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So that includes talking with the cookie. That includes people that judge what you eat, that scrape the plate, that make mouth noises when they eat.
Mm-hmm.
That type of person. Okay. Then I have influencers, useless influencers.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have the bad crowd clips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the one more I have is the person online that thinks they're an expert.
Yeah.
That doesn't know shit. that you know personally.
Yeah, that's right. The one that's like all sides of the fence of the argument too. I can't fucking stand that.
Just the internet troll. We'll just say that. The internet troll. All right. So we got any food etiquette, useless influencers, people that walk like shit, fishing crowd clips, bad crowd clips for comics, cars that don't move, block a thing, the turning lane, pedestrians, the homeless guys in the crosswalk. Then we have bottle rats,
Yes.
insecure guys, and the person that doesn't know shit, the internet troll.
I thought that's twice though. Now you said that, right?
What?
The internet trolls twice. You got it.
No, there's the useless influencer.
Okay, I thought you had it twice. So wait, how many is that right there that you just named off? That's 10.
Were you counting?
I was counting. That's 10.
All right.
Okay.
So there we go.
Oh man, I really wanted Old Man You to get on there.
Oh, old man, you. How did I miss that? All right, so we'll do this. We'll consolidate. We'll do the insecure male is the internet troll,
Yeah.
is the stone face guy. All right, so let me do the list.
Boom.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have our list starting at number 10 of the top 10 things that annoy the shit out of us. Entitled pedestrians. Number 9. People that watch you on a bonus when you're playing the slots, or we say old man you.
They bring you bad luck.
Bring you the malukya or the bad luck.
Yeah.
Number 8, bottle rats, chicks that go around to VIP tables trying to work free drinks. Number 7, insecure dudes. This counts as anybody who stone faces you during comedy shows, thinks you're lying when you're talking to them. Internet trolls.
What if people?
Yeah, the what if this doesn't work? Any of those types of guys. Number 6 is the useless influencer. And those are people that like have a little bit of a following, but don't really offer anything, that are always looking for handouts. Number 5 are bad crowd work clips. All right, these are people that are fishing, comics that fish for crowd clips, crowd work. It's awful. People that walk like shit when you're in the airport, that walk in your lane. Number 3 is people that drive like shit, that block the turning lanes, which I think should be number 2.
Have 2 car links when they stop at the stoplights. Fucking irritating.
And we'll go number 1, bad food etiquette. People that talk with food in their mouth, scrape plates, fucking
Bite forks.
Say
moist.
Moist, we should do that. People that use fucked up words. Yeah. We'll put that at number 10.
Okay.
That use moist and scrumptious.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
And then number 1, the food etiquette. God damn it. Don't talk with food in your mouth. Stop slapping your mouth around. And I
Be
think
an
that's
adult.
it. And look, even the damn mic is pissed.
Yeah.
Mike's over it.
I'm over it. This is really, we should have never done this list. I was in a happy, good mood.
Grandmas and everything. And
Yeah, we did the grandma list because we did 2 in a row, and now I'm pissed.
There we go.
All right, so that concludes our. We got to put over exaggerating and talking the list. You're gonna have to cut some of this shit.
Oh yeah,
out.
no, definitely. I'm gonna go off.
All right, guys. So that's our list of the top 10 things that really annoy us and piss us off. Make sure you subscribe, share. Go to brettcomedy.com, BRET comedy.com for my schedule. Carlos, where do they go?
carloscomedy.net for my schedule.
And make sure you call your moms.